The new lawyers for serial baby killer Lucy Letby will say that they will reveal new medical evidence this morning, which they say could cast doubt over her convictions.
The neonatal nurse is serving 15 whole life orders in prison for the murder of 7 infants and the attempted murder of 7 more. Well, Mark MacDonald joins us now. You are her new defence barrister.
To the evidence you're going to present, which has already
been 2 trials,
yes,
at which she has Crown Prosecution Service spokesperson said 2 juries and 3 appeal court judges reviewed a multitude of different strands of evidence against Lucy Letby. She's been convicted of 15 separate counts following 2 separate jury trials. And if you're affected... Well, there has been a huge backlash and fallout after Kanye West and his wife, Bianca Censori, shocked the red carpet and you, the viewers, at the Grammys on Sunday.
Suggesting a dangerous imbalance in their relationship as Kanye remained fully dressed throughout. Others just said they were just after publicity.
Well, we're joined...
About his judgment. I mean, even if, and I really hope she is a willing participant, even if she's doing it, as you were implying there, for the money and having a good time, for him, the older man dressed with a swagger while his wife is effectively naked next to him, I mean, it's a terrible look, which has led many people to...
The government is hoping that artificial intelligence will help the NHS save lives by catching cancer early and cutting waiting lists.
Almost 700,000 women are expected to take part in a trial to speed up the time it takes for radiologists to review mammograms. And the Health Minister discussing all morning the trial, the use of AI, the importance of improving the way in which we detect cancers, breast cancer. But, of course, what our viewers want to know is what happens if you actually have had a test which has a positive result. The radiologists' body says that there are 1,900 fewer consultant radiologists than we need. The government is committed that 85% of people should, if they've had a diagnosis, get treatment within 62 days. But for breast cancer, almost 30% of people are not getting treatment within 62 days. If it's for lung cancer, 42% of people don't. For gynecological cancers, 50%. So at the moment, even if your AI trial works, how can you reassure people they will then get the treatment they need on the timetable you've set?
Can I ask you about another story that is in the papers, in fact, this morning? The Times has this story that the NHS is refusing to publish in full a report exposing failings in the patient confidentiality. I wonder if you could just offer your view on this as a health minister. Has he not sacrificed his right to medical confidentiality because of his crimes? NHS published the full report. Surely it's important for everyone to know the failings in this case. It's of national significance. About this being published so that everybody knows what went wrong in this case. And in fact, the families are calling for the full report to be published.
Yeah, because...
And to publish the full report.
I think it's a
confidentiality of the convicted killer.
Well, I don't think we should
it has to be preeminent, doesn't it? Either the public interest or the individual rights of the killer.
About another story, the Prime Minister was asked about it last night. It's in a new book by Patrick Maguire, Gabriel Pogren, called Get In. And it concerns what happened at Christmas 2020 during the lockdown. Boris Johnson had announced that London and the South East had gone into full lockdown again. And that book reports that on Christmas Eve, the Prime Minister had a visit from his voice coach called Leonie Melinger, and that she qualified, according to the book, for key worker status. At that time, we weren't allowed to meet families and friends in more than groups of 6, and people weren't going to work other than for key workers. When you look up the definition of key worker at the time, these were people delivering vital frontline services. Now, you as a health minister, talking all the time to nurses, to care workers, key workers, if they are angry that at the time the Prime Minister's voice coach was treated as a key worker and say, what are you talking about? That's ridiculous. What would you say to them? And I'm not a Conservative, and I'm just reporting what's in the book. I'm just asking, factually, is the Prime Minister's voice coach a key worker on Christmas Eve 2020? Yes or no? Worker at the time. It was those needed to run the justice system, religious staff, charities and workers delivering key frontline services, and in government, administrative occupations delivering effective delivery of the COVID-19 response. Now, is the Prime Minister's voice coach vital to delivering a key frontline service or the effective delivery of the COVID-19 response? Because that is a key worker. Service or the effective delivery of service or the effective delivery of service or the effective delivery of service or the effective delivery.
This being
feel that it's coercive and exploitative, even if it's not. He, as a public figure, he's choosing to present himself in that way. What conclusion do you draw from that about the kind of man he is?